used to want to be like Wayne. I used to want to be like Nip with the Cuban link chain. I used to rap like Jay, trying to make me a name. Now all I do is...
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Kirk Cousins. He was a tour de force a week ago. 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Eagles on Thursday night primetime.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. He's also one of the league's most dangerous players. Thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 60 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he's sitting pregame.
And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Hurts sets up to throw it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's fielded at the 45. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive player of the week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely. Perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He lets one go deep for Addison. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Oh, the return is Powell. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. A run for the former Seahawk. It's Rashad Penny. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
He'll take it at the 42. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Joseph connects on the extra point. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Here's Hurts to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Aaron Sipas now. And taken right on the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. On play action, Cousins. This is caught by Addison. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. This short throw caught by Goddard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Going right side here, and that's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Here's Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Marcus Davenport. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cousins on first down. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Jordan Addison, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? You got to give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, they'll take that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Buying time to his left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Washington Commanders. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. Saints Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0, but who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison.
61 yards.
And the Vikings add 6 to their lead.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Forced out to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
Here's Powell on the return.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down.
Pass caught here by Osborne.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Shreds the tackle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They're going for it. Here's Madison.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. DJ Waddle in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Another carry now for Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
1st and 10 at the 37.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
12 yards. That's another Eagles 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again. Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11" Landry.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
Hurts fumbles it.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's good for Eagles.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my can't see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up.